What's going on? We're back. And I want to go ahead and share another idea real quick before I let you guys go. I promise I won't have any more rants today. But it is regarding how we might be, well, we are the killer to our creativities, right? And I heard this Gary Vee post not too long ago. He was talking about saying that, we think too much about the content we post, and we think about too much about whatever we want to put out, which is the reason why we don't put out anything. And I can definitely relate to that. I know a lot of us can relate to that. So, I started thinking about it. We are all creative in any sense, doing this, doing art. We are all creative. But for me, I always felt creativity was when the person would be drawing or sculpting, or maybe an artist with the music, or maybe a beat maker or producer. I thought those were creative people only. But the further along I get in my journey, I'm seeing creativity comes for anybody, for any form of life, any background. Creativity is just something that we are naturally, and we ourselves kind of restrict ourselves, and we want certain things to be a certain way, where that is where everything becomes complicated, and we start complicating things for ourselves. And I follow this great guy, individual on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of him, Kyle Cease. And he states that let everything be your creativity, right? Whatever it is you're doing, wherever you're at, wherever it is that you're working at, wherever it is that you are, part of your life, that's part of your creativity. That's part of who you are, and that's part of how you're gonna go ahead and create stuff. Not necessarily being that everything outside of you is who you are, but in the sense that use your funkiness, your niche, the way you talk, whatever it is that you are. Just use that. That is your creativity, because that is only you, and nobody else can replicate you. Nobody else can reproduce what you do. Nobody else can reproduce anything that you do, because that's coming from you. When we start trying to imitate others and try to bring in other people's narratives, or maybe their style or formal way of doing things, then you start kind of losing the sense of yourself, because it's not really coming from you. And it got me thinking, because he was talking about how, imagine if Michael Jackson stopped himself and started asking other people for their I would say creativity on music. Would the music be the same, like the music that he produced and all the great songs that he came out with, right? It was because it was naturally coming from him. Something that he had that was coming from a higher source, obviously, gave him this creativity. So a lot of my friends that I see on here that have great talents, I respect that, because I know it's only coming from them, and that's their ability, that's their uniqueness, and that's what makes them who they are. And I think a lot of us lack finding that out, or we don't see it in ourselves, because it's been kind of, bashed out of us since a young age, and we kind of hear the "you're not good enough" and all these statements that come up. But I think the older you get, you start a little bit more awareness, you start realizing that we all have gifts, and we need to really, really, I think, not need to, but it's in our best interest to actually acknowledge them. And I think, as simple as the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we express ourselves, things that we take for granted every day, is something that I'm learning to be a lot more appreciative of it, and also see it in others as well, and let the others know, like, hey, I love your stuff. I think your stuff is awesome, and it's just a simple little compliments that changes people's lives. I don't know if anybody has done this, but sometimes you might go to buy something in a store, and a cashier one night, you say, and you smile, you say, have a great day, and you act differently. It changes that person's day. Me personally, I was growing up, I was cashier, and it does make a difference on you. Like, wow, that person is awesome, that person's nice. It gives you a little mood lift, a booster, and it changes your day. Because a lot of us are out there not really acknowledging or appreciating anybody. We just worry about ourselves and our tunnel vision, and we kind of lose the fact that everybody here is on the same boat. So just a little inspiration, if I can, today, a little motivation, but as well, a question for you guys: do you think that our creativity is it actually restricted by ourselves? At the outside, forces, not the society, not anything else, but ourselves. And if it's maybe it's time for us to start acknowledging that and being the creative version of ourselves that we are. And with that, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.